So.
This is so. You actually got everything you wanted.
I know.
You greedy bastard.
Everything.
You got away with it. You wanted. You didn't only want Pudge. You wanted Pudge and Wraith King, and you got both of them in the same draft. Like, come on.
I'm kind of worried for Rox KIS. Wraith King is kind of a meh hero. Not to hate on him because I do love him personally, but it's kind of a hero you have to get off to a pretty good start. Alchemist, probably. Yep. Well, I guess maybe they're gonna do 2 dual lanes. I guess only time will tell. Who knows Captain's Draft because I was hoping for Lion to be mid, to be perfectly honest. You're talking about him as a support, which is pretty much the only way he's being played currently. But I figured Captain's Draft might open him up to the old days of Lion mid, which was really, really good. And a lot of people forget about that. He's in a if you get levels on him, he can snowball like a few others.
That's very true. And yeah, I'm curious about this, about how these lanes are going to go down. I guess for Navi it's kind of obvious because Sonic does go in that off lane and Dendi goes in the mid lane, but they're going to play support Sven. I thought that was going to be the carry, but it looks like they will let Hvost carry on the Warlock, so it's going to be really interesting to see that as their setup. Not what I was expecting, but at the same time, when you think about it, Sven as he makes more sense than Warlock as a support. I know it's kind of weird to say in the old days of Dota 1, Warlock was actually the support, but he doesn't have a slow, he doesn't have a stun, or arguably he does have a slow in upheaval, but it's a slow that you can't even attack while you're casting, so kind of not really your ideal support, whereas both Sven and Crystal Maiden definitely can bring a lot to the table with their stuns and slows, so makes sense. And we're moving out towards the lanes, and man, this one's going to be a treat, like you said, no matter what happens. And it looks like my Dota TV sound is on, so apologies for that.
Excellent.
And should be working.
Great to see, and I just want to throw it out there yet again, despite having the command on that Valve has given me to stop my cursor from going off the screen, it's still going off the screen, so I'm going to have a lot of fun moving to the right. But either way, Dendi, if I miss a kill with Pudge, I'm going to be so sad as well. So this is, I'm just going to leave the camera on him the entire game. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to complain about that. What do you think?
30 seconds.
I'm pretty sure Neil is going to complain about it because he's going to realize how you play Pudge, and he thinks he's good at it, but he's not. So
that's true.
Perhaps a problem with that. But yeah, it's definitely, if you were to choose one hero in this game to look out for, it is him. He's going to be the big playmaker. And the cool thing about Pudge, and the reason it really fits Dendi as a player, is that this is a hero that doesn't really need much farm. It's much more about your movement and being active and being hungry for kills, which is kind of Dendi's identity, I guess you could say. He tends to perform better when he has heroes that don't need to be static. He's been playing heroes like Outworld Devourer in the mid lane and has been doing fine, no doubt about it, but he still shines a lot more on heroes like Pudge, Queen of Pain, and Storm Spirit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. In the meantime, top lane, looks like it's going to be the tri-lane with Lion, Wraith King, and Jakir. That is really scary. I mean, it's not the typical tri-lane you see, obviously. I think the latest... I'm trying to think of the last time I saw Wraith King. I guess, who was it? TC that played him from Team Liquid. So maybe we'll see that in the future as well in this tournament, but it didn't go too well. And that's, I think, the first time I've seen Wraith King and not Skeleton King. So we'll see if they're able to go against history, I suppose. But they do have the major advantage in that top lane, and I might have a hard time not saying Skeleton King, not gonna lie. But he's gonna get complete free farm here.
And it looks like it's going to be the same for Navi in the bottom lane with Vost's Warlock here. He started out with a Ring of Protection, so the question is if he's going to transition that into Ring of Basilius or if he's going for Tranquil Boots. But I would assume it's for Basilius, and then they're going to try to push early on here in the bottom lane. This is something Navi are really good at. They are one of the best teams in the world at pushing towers correctly, without risk, and very effectively. So Ring of Basilius, of course, one of the key items for them in doing that early on. As we see, Sedoy is going to mess with Kuroki a little bit here in the jungle, doing a good job at taking some of his farm here. Of course, they are going to split the experience, but as long as Sedoy gets the last hits on the Navi creeps in there, I guess he's going to be really happy about that.
Mid lane, Puppy. I thought he was going to go for a kill here. Oh, does get the frostbite off. Here comes the rot. Funix here to help as well. And Solo is probably dead, but oh, Dendi hooks his own teammate! Oh my god, one more right click perhaps from Solo. He's gonna get the first blood! I don't freaking believe it. It ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange, but oh my god, that was not what I was expecting. I mean, basically, Navi's entire team is mid, and they give up first blood. You don't see that every day.
Considering how much they committed to that, that was kind of a disaster.
Well, okay. How often does Dendi play Pudge in official games? Maybe they're just not. They're out of practice a bit. And I mean, hooking his own teammate. That's like a Neil move right there.
Yeah, I guess Neil can watch the Pudge again now. Oh, this is how I play him too.
That's true.
But still, that's kind of a small skill disaster for Navi. They gank with 3 heroes, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. And not only a 1-for-1, but Solo gets the first blood and gets a lot of experience because he got the kill a lot.
On lane. Bolt from KuroKi. There comes the Frostbite. That is way too much damage to put up with, and that is going to be another kill for Navi.
And one thing we haven't talked about so much just yet is the way the supports are going to work in this game. When you have a Crystal Maiden who gets off to a good start like Puppy has, he has 2 assists already, almost level 4 at 3 minutes, which is really good on any support. This is an excellent jungler. So in comparison to Rox KIS' support,
Get a concoction off. Doesn't look like Funix Meal, but still, he's going to try to cock block him with his body. Oh, the hook's going to miss! And Gallblack's here to support. That's going to be another failed kill from Dendi. Boy. That's all you can say.
Hook accuracy is 0% so far.
Yeah.
Going great for his
yeah. It's okay.
But yeah, to finish off on what I was thinking about, the supports on Rox KIS are to a much larger extent dependent on succeeding in ganks, because if nothing happens, Navi, as you see Puppy doing right now, they're just jungling faster. When you have a Crystal Maiden and the other team doesn't have a greedy support, you're gonna fall behind on levels. You see Gallblack is level 2.5. Yol is almost level 3, whereas on Navi, Puppy is a bit over level 4, and KuroKi is almost level 3 as well, so... It's really going to be a game of supports in the early game here, I think, and Navi still have the upper hand, although that messed up a little bit for them there in the mid.
Yeah. Not the typical Navi you see in the mid lane, as of yet. They just need to get warmed up, just like we need to get warmed up. Wraith King right now, top of the farm chart at this top lane, which shouldn't be a big surprise. 28 and 10, as opposed to the Warlock at bot lane 21 and 5, so doing a pretty good job himself. Of course, not being harassed or anything else, so... but like you said, Navi in the jungle getting way more from their farm and levels with these supports, and we'll see if that ends up making a difference here. As Solo, gonna use his concoction, doesn't really channel it too long. And Dendi 15 and 3 versus the Alchemist 24 and 1, so he's certainly losing this lane. He's resigned to hooking creeps to get last hits. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that one was definitely on purpose. He didn't have time to get in and walk in for the last hit. And since he has the level 2 aura from Crystal Maiden, he can afford to use these hooks for farming once in a while, because
that's a good
he has 1.5 extra mana regen and his base regen is 0.9, so it's like a 150% increase he's getting from this aura. So definitely able to do it here.
Lane, KuroKi's gonna get the bolt off. Dendi, is he gonna hit his hook? Level 6 Alchemist, then he's dead. Not really close that time, and that's what we're talking about with the supports getting all these levels. You don't really see them coming, they're in the they come out of nowhere, and I mean, what was that, a level 4 Sven? Yeah, level 4 Sven.
Yeah, he was level 3 when he came in there even, but another level for Puppy, and this is unusual, I think, for Puppy to get the 3rd point in Arcane Aura, but he's just snowballing his other lanes. Fnatic can keep using the Shadow Walk in the top lane because he has this mana regen, Dendi can keep throwing out the hooks, and in bottom lane, Hvost can use the Aura for absolutely nothing, so it's going great for them so far with that.
Oh please, he can heal his creeps and harass the enemy with Shadow Word.
He's not really reaching, he's not healing his creeps either. Step it up.
Well, he does have a chaotic offering, which I look forward to saying over and over in this match yet again.
That became a thing 2 days ago. I remember.
Yeah, unfortunately. Funix kind of
on the top lane. Here we go.
Get dusted. Yol, they can't see him though, and they're gonna have to back up.
Wow.
Oh, I missed the kill. God dang it, Cinderin! Your fault again.
My fault again.
But chaotic offering was used, and I didn't get to say it. Now I'm kind of sad.
They did drop the code, and there we go. Oh, never mind. Funix just harassing a little bit here on BCZ, but not following through on it. He's getting good experience though as well. He's almost level 6 on the bounty, and 6 minutes in, that's really good for considering the lane he was against, which can kind of one-shot him if they catch him out. So Solo down the bottom lane, channeling concoction. There's the TP from Jakiro.
He's gonna get it off on KuroKi. Is the Ice Path gonna hit? It's only gonna hit Warlock, and they're gonna be taking the consolation kill on the chaotic offering. I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think items are dropping again.
Well, it doesn't look like it indeed, so yeah, we're gonna have to...
We'll try to contact Valve after this game to see if there's anything they can do.
I did tell them about it earlier today as well. We've said it a couple of times, but yeah, I guess we still need to test it to make sure exactly how things are going, but it does indeed look like there's no drops anymore, so... That is unfortunate. but the game goes on.
Well,
and
just not to focus on that, as we have a smoke here from Dendy and Puppy.
Yep. One to look out for.
But when the one time it did work was the AP game. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, the game modes, but according to Valve, it shouldn't matter. So Dendy getting ready for the hook. He's gonna get surrounded. Goblak, he's gonna get hooked. He's gonna be able to get his eat off, which we're gonna call it that from the rest of the game. Goblak goes down, but Dendy's in a lot of trouble. Here comes the concoction and the lasso. I'm not sure if that was completely needed. Oh, he's gonna deny himself. Oh man, 3-man gank onto Dendy, and it ends up being a denial.
Yeah, it's a big loss here for Rox KIS, and NaVi is getting more and more. Where if it doesn't really matter who Dendy kills 1-for-1, if he does get the suicide, then it's still a good trade for him. And considering how much it opens up the map, I guess it's even more of a success because he's just farming this scene. He's level 6 at 8 minutes on a Crystal Maiden, which is very high. The general supports we see level 6 at this point are mainly junglers, like Chen and Enigma, which, yeah, can get level 6 a little bit faster than that, but
is under attack.
not that much, so Puppy's really having an amazing game so far with his 4 assists. And instantly another smoke, Dendy's looking for blood, and he's gonna get it.
Oh, nice hook into Dismember. Nothing Jakiro can do. He's gonna have to run away with his tail between his legs. Don't think Puppy can actually catch him. They might turn this into a tier 1 tower bot, which is fairly low already. But what I wanted to talk about was Fnatic has been ganking right off the bat. It was even before he hit level 6. He's just roaming, essentially. He was getting some levels at top. But here we see Wraith King, almost a Skeleton King again. What do you think about this hero in general? Like this specific game? Does he have a chance to out-carry everybody else? I mean, there's no specific carry for NaVi. They're going for more Snowball.
Yeah, exactly.
but Wraith King is one of those heroes you just have to get so much farm on, I feel like.
Yeah, the problem for him really is how much time he needs to get online. NaVi's playing a lineup that is looking to put pressure very early on, especially since Vost is going for a Necro Book, as it looks like. Has the Belter Strength. I think his Necro Book 1 is flying out, and it is indeed an economic and will be going in. Solo is going to throw stun here. They're going to pull through.
Yeah. And Shadow Word. Shadow Word was used. That's going to scare everybody off. I'd be scared too. Skill called Shadow Word. I mean, come on.
It does sound pretty scary.
It does.
So I guess Rox KIS were like, okay, we don't even know the sound of this ability because we haven't played against this hero in 14 months. So.
Yeah. They should have watched yesterday then, obviously.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Her book was picked up officially as you were talking about.
Natus just not stopping. And when you think about it, why would they?
I don't expect them to. Yeah.
Chaotic Offering being off cooldown again. They have the Sven with a level 2 Warcry. Don't underestimate that 8 armor. It's for 7 seconds and makes a huge difference. This tower is going to fall. They're actually going in.
Double concoction stun. Here comes the hook. Oh, it's going to hit Jakiro. There's the Dismember again. That is an easy kill for Denny once it gets that hook up. And the Chaotic Offering used on 3 heroes. Wraith King getting low, but he does have his ultimate. Actually, no. He does not have enough mana for his ultimate. Oh, another hook on Bat Rider. Dendy is getting out of control after his god-awful start. He is showing why he is the best Pudge in the world right now. And I believe that was a Shadow Word death. Or Shadow Word kill, I should say. Really? Okay, Fatal Bonds.
Or it was a Necro unit that died, but I haven't known. No, there's no way Wraith King couldn't have damaged that Necro book in any way, so that wouldn't make sense.
Or Wraith King. And that, of course, we didn't really speak specifically about the reasoning for getting. I mean, I guess there's a couple reasons for getting a Necro book. Obviously, the push potential, which is what they want because they don't really have any kind of a carry per se, as we hear a concoction. But to burn the mana of Wraith King pretty much makes him useless. As Solo's going to stun himself, Hook's going to completely miss, but Goblak might be in trouble against one man. Earth Spike, and it looks like he's going to perhaps go down. He's really low. Is there an urn? No urn charge from Dendy here as he tries to TP out. Concoction's going to hit. He's going to attempt to run away, but not able to deny himself in the end. Kuroki has a Stormbolt. Going to get it off only on Jakiro, and here comes Bat Rider. Does he have any mobility? No, not yet. Ice Pat's going to miss. Solo has Concoction in 2 seconds, and there comes the Wraith King stun. That is a dead Kuroki. So perhaps overextending a bit, although it would have gone a lot better if Dendy did hit that hook, but you can't blame him too much because he's been owning ever since his the beginning of the game.
Is under attack.
That was kind of one of those NaVi sometimes a little too aggressive for their own good because they stuck around with 2 heroes basically against a potential 4 or 5, which did turn out to be. So the only thing it kind of opened up for them is a little bit of split push up top, but it's a Bounty Hunter there. He's arguably one of the worst pushers in the game. He can attack the tower. Great.
It's
now
great.
joined a bit by Vost, so He's got the
Didn't
necro
Janata used to work on towers? I know that was a bug. I'm pretty sure they
I
fixed
think
it.
it did, yeah.
Yeah.
Dire's top
So he was a
tower
decent
is
pusher
under
at some
attack.
point, but not really. Not intentionally. But yeah, Necro Book level 2 on Chavost. As we're going to see the haste picked up by Wraith King. Is he going to be able to do anything with it? Of course, his ultimate, it's just
Dire's
unfortunate with the
top
Necro
tower
Book. Completely
is
counters it. Yep, TP, but not able to do anything. Here comes Wraith King. Has the haste. Doesn't look like anything will come of this, but NaVi grouping up at top. Oh, smoke completely canceled by Fnatic. They see the haste. Oh, they're going to even pop dust for this. Not going to see him though. So wasted dust, wasted smoke.
Kind of a slow reaction on that dust as well.
Oh, Dendy's going to get caught out. Ice Pat's going to hit. He's in a lot of trouble. I believe he's going to go down to the finger of death. Alchemist is going to stun himself. That's okay. It's Dendy. You have
want to risk that.
Dendy's been snowballing out of control. You don't want him to get to the point where it's just too late. Point of no return, if you will. And a finger of death is a good way to finish him off to prevent that denial like you're talking about.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, as far as the development of the game for the last 5 minutes, Navi has been taking 4 towers, and Rox KIS still has to claim 1, so that's kind of the big deficit they're at right now. It's about 5,000 gold. That's roughly the 4 towers and a little bit more. If they can manage to claim this somehow, they might be able to come back in this chaotic offering.
Oh,
he's making the...
He's faking it. A one-man chaotic offering. That was actually a glitch, it looks like, on my screen. Anyway, Solo taking a lot of damage. A nice Earth Spike from Lion as Solo is getting so low. That rhymes. Not cool. Solo going YOLO, getting so low. Blink Dagger picked up on Bat Ryan. That's one major item that they need. I mean, it's more of a pickoff item, doesn't really prevent pushes per se, but if used correctly and you'd be able to pick somebody off, it could prevent the push from Navi. But of course, Dendy, pretty tanky at this point. Doesn't have any in flesh heap, so next level you should see him. Well, actually, no, I guess level 10 he would be firstly set up. Oh! Stutter step from Solo saves his life. Was unintentional, but worked out for the best, I suppose. Tier 1 tower down for Navi.
They take the... Oh, sorry, yeah, that was the 4th tower in the game. Never mind, they were only 3 towers ahead, so actually kind of significant amount of gold they're ahead by right now, and even though that chaotic offering didn't really bring anything in terms of kills, it forced Solo completely back. It set a battlefield for Navi that Rox KIS didn't even want to get into. So, you could say it secured them a tier 1, which I guess Voss can live with, after all.
Yep,
the Necro 3, 1443
oh my god, are you serious?
Face boots. Necrobook 3. This is one of the fastest ones we've seen in competitive Dota 2, I think.
He is playing the complete farmer role, and it's not even mid where you're expected to, you know, perhaps gank at some point. Just was completely free farming. So I'd like to see stats on that as opposed to just normal games, because this is not a normal game, as we've alluded to many a time. Stun on the Solo. They're going to try to get their first tower, but oh! I just heard a hook, and I'm blind, but he missed it. So scared when I hear a hook and I'm not looking at Dendy. Even I get scared. I'm freaking commentating the game, for God's sake.
Structures are fortified.
Here comes the fortification. They know that Chaotic Offering is down and Chavost is top. Scouting it out a bit.
Looks like Navi's going to concede.
No frostbite. Now it looks like they're just going to go for the tower and be happy with that. As Hook is going to hit Skeleton King, aka Wraith King. He's very low. Has his ult, obviously. They kind of want to use it. And level 1 has such a long cooldown, you kind of want to do that. Oh, concoction. Yeah, very nice path. Fnatic is a dead man walking. Not walking anymore. Hook, hook, hook!
Not yet. Still thinking about it. I think he has vision over Sedoi right now, so he could easily pick this one up. Here we go.
Showing some discipline for once. Oh, the Hook's going to hit a creep! And a Necro Bucket. That finger of death is going to be used. Maiden buys back immediately. Concoction's going to go on to Dendy, who's taking a lot of damage. Macro Pyre in the meantime. Holy jeez, that's a lot of damage. Dendy is going to fall into the right clicks of Alchemist. Nice freezing kill from Puppy. It ends up being a 3-for-3 exchange with a buyback. So overall in favor of Rox KIS.
Godblack is done. Godblack is done. Needs one more hit.
Oh, the tree. The tree.
And that was... I can't believe we didn't mention this yet, but that Necrobook 3 is, of course, serves multiple purposes. First of all, it's great for Navi's lineup that's very mid-game oriented, but secondly, it really counters Skeleton King, Wraith King, damn it.
How dare you? I've mentioned this like 3 times this cast.
The
How
Necrobook?
dare you? Yes.
I just don't listen to you that much.
I know.
I'm sorry.
People drown me out after a while. I don't really blame them for that.
I must have, yeah. I must have missed that. Sometimes that happens. That's more common than you might think. Oh, Solo. He's going to be in trouble here. And that's what happened in that fight. Let's wait and see. Actually, Fnatic now is going to be the casualty of war. Now again, a little bit... overextended, I feel.
Yep. Well, that's their middle
Much for
name.
their own good
That's
here.
Navi's middle
Yeah,
name.
that really is. So, yeah, my apologies. I will pay more attention to you. It does happen once in a
No,
while.
that would be a disaster if you pay more attention to me. I promise you, good sir.
Yeah, I guess just my experience with you over the last 1.5 months has kind of driven me to this position.
Yeah,
But
I don't blame you.
what happened in that fight was, I think BZZ was expecting to get his ultimate off. He was running into the fight with enough mana, and then he got last hit by the Necronomicon unit. So he was like, great, I'm gonna run in, I'm gonna die, get my slow off, and then he died because of the mana burn, and now he's in trouble again. He does have his ultimate ready though, but I don't think...
They have Dismember still, and there's not going to be much support. Look at the slow. The slow is very underrated from Wraith King, but it's better when it's in a teamfight situation with teammates around you. Negative urn charge. 6-3 might actually live through this. Oh, the pickaxe from Thunder! Oh!
From downtown!
From downtown, I tell you what. That's Boom Shakalaka, I tell you what. Come on now. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
That looked really sweet. That was pretty much a max range hook. It's kind of funny. I get this feeling that, you know, Pudge is really ugly, right?
What? No way. He's super cuddly.
Alright, yeah. But he has his
Don't
own
be
he has his
racist,
own way of getting
okay?
attention. This hero is always the center of attention in every single game he plays in. Maybe that's why he's wearing these overalls that make him look really stupid.
Well, yeah. What do you think of his
me.
set overall? He has the Dragon Claw hook, which I personally don't really like that much, but it's the most expensive and it's immortal, so I guess I can understand. This is the Rotten Stash that Neil loves as well. I think Neil just copies everything Dendi does and just fails miserably.
He copies the parts he can do.
Like, I cannot play like Dendi, but I use his set.
At
so
least
it's all
I can
good.
look like
Yeah.
Dendi.
Yes. That's why he shaved his head and grew a mustache. Really thin mustache.
Yeah. Neil actually looks like this in real life. Okay, so progressing further into this game, it's kind of been even if you think about it. Over the last, let's see, almost the last 10 minutes, Navi hasn't gained anything in terms of gold. They've gained a little bit of experience, but Rox KIS are making it work for them. And now,
Oh my god, so much is being used off of
is a
both.
big
That's probably,
kill.
yeah, I mean, no chaotic offering used. They know for 44 seconds they can push to their heart's content if that's what they want to do. Or they can go for Roche. I mean, God dang it! Wraith King has an aura that could easily take out Roche at any time they want, but looks like, oh, they are going to do that. Beautiful.
they are going to
I think this is one thing this is the biggest buff I think he's ever had, was the Vampiric Aura working on range heroes.
But at the same time, that's why it doesn't really make so much sense in this draft, because there's no ranged hero that really benefits from it. I mean, okay, it's great to have a little bit of lifesteal on Lion, Batrider, and Jakiro, but in a competitive sense, the aura is a lot better if you have a ranged carry like Drow Ranger or Shadow Ranger or whatnot. There's the freezing field from Buffy. That's actually going to get
Force dead. And
Nice
he's going to
play.
get cleaned up.
excellent Force Staff usage there out of... There was no Force Staff. What?
What?
Oh, it was a Flame Break. Now you're tricking me. You got Flame Break in.
Force Staff, Flame Break, what's the freaking difference?
Hiroki, thinking about it. Look at
Getting
this
greedy
aggression.
as a blink. His ultimate's activated. It's gonna take 2 hits at least. No, 1 more. Oh, he's
what a
going
flame break.
deep. He's going balls deep. He's going balls deep. Oh, he's gonna get Ice Path. This should be the death of Kuroki. And again, you're talking about over. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, there comes a concoction. It's gonna cancel the teleportation. I like saying how I say "oh" every second of the day. And 6-3-3.
This is okay.
get
This
as
is
much
like
experience as
Navi in
possible.
a nutshell play right there. I'm
Feels
so
like a-
happy we actually had that as a bullet point on our presentation, because I'm like, it's
Right.
not always that happens, but we've kind of proven a point in this game so far.
I think Captain's Draft brings out the best / worst in them.
Yeah, it really
And
does.
that's what I was expecting, so I'm glad we put that in as well.
The Rox KIS now, they've just made a pretty big comeback. They've recovered. They're actually leading on experience now and recovered about 2,500 gold. So Navi, a little bit too greedy. And when you look at their item builds, I mean, it's completely understandable that they get Blink Daggers in this version now that it doesn't cost mana anymore. But essentially, when you put your gold into Blink Dagger on both Sven and Pudge, if you don't get this initiation that you're looking for, it's kind of dead weight in a fight. If you are in the fight, the Blink Dagger does nothing. So a lot of Navi's gold is going into initiation and mobility. But if they get caught out, this does nothing.
And I expect him
Steadily.
to perhaps get a Force Staff after this for even extra mobility. But yeah, you're right. I don't know if they're throwing yet, but It's getting there.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, here comes the chaotic offering. Goblack almost dead right off the bat. He's gonna go down to the from Sven. Dendy's gonna eat people left and right. That's 2 dead for Rox KIS right off the bat. Alchemist will follow suit, and the Age is gonna be used. I don't think his teammates can really help here. They're gonna throw out a complimentary ice pass, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough.
Blink from Dendy there.
And Solo's dead.
Maybe that's easy.
Wow, Wraith King. I'm not sure why they're in this position right now. Kuroki, stun up in 5 seconds. Nice dodge with the blink that he picked up not too long ago. We're going to be focusing on Danny because this is just a little bit more exciting. And here comes the hook. No need. Wraith King's ultimate was up that whole time. I'm surprised the Necro units did not take down his mana. Either way, that is a dead. He's already dead actually because it is Wraith King, but he's dead again.
Dire's top tower is under
I want to point out his item pickup here. That was such a good play from NaVi here. They made it. They got a team wipe out of that. I don't think they should have though. I think Rox KIS a little bit too greedy trying to help out there. They should have just let the dead heroes be dead. I feel like they stayed. Yeah, well, exactly. They stayed around just a little bit too long. Breaking got a diffusal blade. This is one way of dealing with the Necronomicon, of course. Can purge the blue Necro book so that he keeps his mana at least. That's definitely what he's countered it with.
Oh, Dendy, Sidoi, dead.
Now Solo's coming in. This is weird. I don't know what he's doing. He has no backup at the moment. And in the jungle again, Gallblack getting caught out. Their positioning is just seems a little bit miscommunication overall. As Dendy is just, or NaVi, I might as well just say Dendy at this point. He's all over the jungle. His hook is up. The ice pat's gonna miss. Is he gonna be able to hit this? Oh, he fakes it out. Yol thinking a little bit too much. Alchemist gets the stun up on Warlock. Warlock does not have chaotic offering and Macropire, dealing tons and tons of damage. That is a dead monkey. Dendy though, able to help get the kill. Wraith King will follow. Just so much action right now, and I guess it's a good thing that Rox KIS is close to this tower, I suppose, because all the TPs can come in, although they're very delayed. Wraith King will fall, and more action as Batrider. His ult is up. Is he gonna have to use it on Puppey? He is. That is unfortunate. He has a gem, though. That's a big kill.
And you're right, he did have the gem. I hear Pudge, I hear Pudge! Goblack! Getting low, he's gonna get the sheep off, but Kuroki's in. Oh, he gets the freaking finger of death into Pudge's orifices, and Kuroki will fall again.
And somehow,
okay, I've lost count.
Fnatic ends up with the gem.
That was a quick click.
He's basically just been sneaking around here and been like, team, please no feed. And team was like, no, we won the feed. Okay, at least I recovered gem. And this gem is worth the same as 3 heroes right now. This little gemstone has really been increased in price a lot, and it's such a big loss because not only do you lose it, but the enemy team gets it. It would be one thing if it just got destroyed when you die, but when you give it over, it's a shift in gold that's really massive. It's 1.5k shift in gold, or actually 1.7, actually 1.8. Let me do my math correctly. So really a big deal, and at least they keep that. But NaVi again overextending a little bit, but still they gained a lot from that because of the fight they had in mid.
Oh yeah. And we've seen a couple charges used from Diffusal, but I haven't seen it in fights, so I'm sure he used it on the Necro units as you were talking about. He's still going to take some damage overall from those regardless of what he does. Unless he picks up a BKB, I guess. That might be a good choice. In fact, I feel like that might have been a better choice than Diffuse. That's kind of weird to get on a strength hero. Just the purge properties, I suppose.
Oh, Puppey's in trouble.
Puppey's going to get flame breaked. Oh, it's going to completely miss actually. But there is a force staff that's used. They're actually going to back off. The Rox KIS afraid of the Pudge. And honestly, that is literally it. You never know where Pudge is at any given moment.
And he's thinking about it. He's going to try to...
Oh! Beautifully done. Was that blind? Completely blind.
Completely blind. Now you can use your word. That's disgusting.
Okay, actually, yeah, you know me too. Oh my god, Gallblack's gonna get solo chaotic offering. The Diffusal Blade was used on the chaotic offering. And that's another situation where I'm not sure why he even did that, because it's going to cost him a death. He knows with the mobility from NaVi that is a huge risk. So I guess maybe the Diffusal Blade was picked up more for the chaotic offering, although it just means he's going to continue to get mana drained.
Yeah, he can't afford to use that against... well, he can if he gets it off properly in the fight, but the problem is when you build like this on your carry in the game, he's choosing this over a damage item or a repositioning item that Wraith King can really use. He's one of the few carries that actually benefits quite a lot from getting a Force Staff, which we've seen
Dire's
before. They
middle
were called
tower is
Liquid,
under
they were
attack.
called Complexity, and before that they were called Fire. And they actually played with... they were playing with Force Staff at that time Skeleton King, but...
Yeah, that's like the only team that really ran consistently too.
There's the Force Staff from Sedoy.
Oh, nice ice path. Is Alchemist gonna end up stunning himself? Puppy goes down. No, he's able to get it off on Klovos at the last second. Hook's gonna miss from Dendi. Fnatic has the BKB, and again he's chasing, but I think he might live through this just because of the BKB. Perhaps not as it runs out. The ice path's gonna hit. There comes the sentry. Fnatic looks like he's about to go down. Wraith King's there to ensure the kill.
And Gem on the deck will be picked up by...
Wraith.
Salt? No. Wraith King took it? Wraith King took it, yeah. And he has Midas ready. This game is not over yet. Navi's of course in a really favorable position, but this exchange was really favoring Rox KIS. Not only did they get a 2-for-1, but they ended a really big streak here from Fnatic, which was 817 gold that went the way of their carry. They got the gem as well. And Navi's not ahead by more than 7.5k, which isn't too big of a deal when you're playing a lineup without a carry. They've invested their gold into, let's see, what do they have? Okay, they have a BKB on Sven, so this support Sven is actually kind of turning into a carry. Bounty Hunter has BKB, so no damage item yet. I feel like the bigger problem for Rox KIS is Kvust is getting close to Refresher Orb, and then he's going to be absolutely out of control.
Yeah, I mean, even right now,
Refresher Ags is kind of a carry when you have that on Warlock.
Well, of course. Well, it obviously tapers off as later the game goes, but still, at this point of the game, it's pretty early to be getting that. And like we're talking about, the Diffusal Blade, it's going to be used on one Warlock Golem. There's still going to be another one, and if you get Refresher, there's still going to be 3. I really think it really should be used on the Necro units if he's going to be having trouble with mana. But I think the hero to be looking for from Rox KIS, aside from Batrider, who's their main initiation, is Solo. He's the one that needs to get farmed. He's getting close to an Assault Cuirass. Really, Wraith King, with the BKB, it'll help. But he's not going to be dealing nearly as much damage as the Alchemist.
That's the biggest problem, because now that Navi are getting those BKBs, they don't have anything that goes through it apart from Unstable Concoction, which is great, but even though it deals 800 damage, it doesn't deal 2000, so it's that's not enough, really. And I have, just quickly before this fight is about to break out, I have both good and bad news. I'll take it after the fight. Here we go.
I can't wait that long, Cinderin. Oh god.
Bad news. Oh,
I need to know. Oh, nice stun from Kuroki. Here comes the initiation from Sedoy. And there's the Ice Path. Is there a chaotic offering? Oh my god, Rox KIS is falling like flies. Holy G, Solo trying to get out in time. Did pick up his Assault Cuirass, but no BKB, so will not be able to get away. And again, Rox KIS staying too long. A nice hook. Yol is down. And 633 hasn't even used his ultimate yet. You're just seeing the use you're getting out of the Skeleton King at this point, as his ult is ridiculous. It slows, but if he's the last one to go down, then the slow really is only going to prevent him.
That was without chaotic offering even being used. That's the scary part. He didn't even.
Dire's
get it down immediately, you're right. That's where he went.
Rox KIS, excellent focus by them to get the Warlock first. I think it's the right choice. They're just, there's too much to deal with them. There's too much to deal with for them right now, and they don't have the damage. They keep returning. It really is the essential problem they have right now. They don't have damage for a mid-lane game position right now with this Wraith King going for these items. So anyway, the good and bad news is
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
The bad news is, let's start with the bad ones, because I'm a really pessimistic and stupid person. The drops will not be in the game today. The good news is Valve has identified the problem. They found the problem, and it will be fixed for tomorrow's patch, I believe he said. It will be fixed up to today's.
Oh, look, we're gonna get back to this. Goblet's gonna get eaten by the fat slob that is Dendi. Not him, but more the hero and Pudge. Kuroki at the same time. Nice frostbite. Prevent that right from getting away. Concoction on Puppy. Solo. Getting Solo.
Oh, that saving hook.
A very nice hook from Dendi. As Kuroki and the entire Navi team are going to be chasing this Yol Jakiro.
Yol.
Okay, so, as Fnatic, do they see him?
They have the gem on. Nope, never mind. Front again.
Solo's going to stun himself again. So, is the issue with. So, it's just something to do with Captain's Draft then?
I suppose it is. I got an email saying we found a problem. It'll be fixed after today's update. Sorry about that. Okay. So either he's sorry about the issue or he's sorry that it's going to be fixed. I think it's the issue. But the way he wrote it, it is ambiguous. We cannot be sure about it. Like, we fucking hate helping you guys, but we have to. Anyway.
They're so annoyed with us right now. We ask for so much.
Why must you showcase this mode?
Yeah, seriously. Well, I think overall it ends up being a benefit. Oh my god.
Refresher or bounty. This is a classic. somehow.
Good lord, man. Yeah, this is a classic, classic troll, perhaps.
It's classic Navi. When they're winning the game, they have this tendency to go for unusual stuff. And Fnatic is like, it probably went down something like Havas said, "I'm getting my refresher up. I've got it now, team. Let's go end." And then Fnatic's like, "I've got a refresher up too. There's nothing special."
Well, you're gonna see a lot of double tracks coming out. That's gonna be pretty imba, I think.
Not a lot of double tracks. I think one.
Yeah, one before the game ends. Yeah.
Kind of gonna run out of mana as well as the massive cooldown on that.
But Kuroki, like you were talking about, he's not hitting ridiculously hard yet. If he got like a Daedalus on top of this, he'd be hitting probably harder than every single person in this game. But he does have the Mask of Madness that'll help him attack a little bit faster, or a lot faster, I should say, with that ult activated. And
Dire's middle tower is under
NaVi,
attack.
I didn't realize this tier 2 was still up mid, because there was an engagement here like 15 minutes ago. It feels like here's the blink. Kuroki uses the BKB. You see the refresher on Fnatic. He ended up using it for pretty much no reason, but I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Yol getting really low. There's the hook on his own teammate. Denny just trolling at this point. And probably going to eat solo because the BKB is activated either way he goes down. And this is a stomp. Refresher.
I don't think...
Go ahead.
I think once in my life
GG's.
have I seen an Axe Refresher Warlock lose. I think once.
Well, it's insane. Yeah, it is absolutely insane.
If you manage to get that up at this time in the game, that's absurd. And of course, I feel like, unfortunately, I guess you could say, for Rust, he got it at a point when the game was already over, so he didn't really get to showcase it. The chaotic offerings he dropped there